Hi everyone! You are probably watching this on Thursday night or on Friday. In 1 week is Pesach. And this video is for you. I brought here with me my daughter Batya. There's
Hi.
Batya. That's right. And Batya's going to play us some music. She was just playing music in the living room and offered to play some music for our video. Could you play a little louder? Yeah, so good, so good. And when she played it, it was like a flood of beautiful remembering came to me how much I crave peacefulness, and we all crave peacefulness, and we run around like chickens without a head, doing stuff. And you know, we've got to find that peaceful place within all the running around, and that contentment in the mitzvah and in the to-do lists and in the stress. There is that place within us. Sometimes it helps to have Batya in the background playing guitar in order to access that place. Sometimes it helps to have an Eitan cat, or sometimes it helps to just breathe in and just take a moment, even right now. Yeah, to breathe in that peaceful place, and that place is called connection. That's connection with Hashem, that's connection with our purpose, and that's connection to the moment. Sometimes our minds are so far away from us. They're so far into the future and into our worries, and we just aren't connected at all. And it's funny for me to say sometimes, because it can be most of the time. I've experienced that so much, where I'm just going from one thing to the next, and it's all good, it's all with good intentions, but it's just so fast. So how do we find our peacefulness, our peaceful place, when we are so busy in Pesach preparations? How do we do that? And why do we do that? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Originally, this video was going to be entitled, and it might still be entitled, Attitudes Towards Pesach Cleaning. Pretty dry title. But I thought about all the ways that my attitudes towards Pesach cleaning were shaped, and my kids' attitudes towards Pesach cleaning has been shaped. And I thought, you know, there's something here that's different than other types of cleaning. We approach it completely differently, and I'm grateful for that. And I want to share with you some of the things, some of the attitudes that we have, and some of the attitudes that you probably have, you know, that we can talk about, that make this time of year so incredibly special. Sometimes when I read from women's magazines, I get really resentful. Like, I know that they're trying to empathize and sympathize with a hardworking Jewish woman, and that is beautiful. But also, by doing the conversation in that way, it feeds us this idea that it's a burden. We have, Mitzrayim is a burden. Cleaning for Pesach is not a burden. Cleaning for Pesach is an opportunity. And when we see it as a burden, when we talk about it, like, how do you approach this burden? How do you tackle your list? What do you do? There's this sense of that we are somehow expected to do this very difficult, nearly impossible thing, and it's just too stressful. And coming on the heels of Purim, and how early do you start? What kind of question is that? How early do you start is enough of a question to put a panic in any woman's heart. Actually, we're very organized around Pesach, which, surprise, surprise, because I'm not usually so organized. And my kids have been getting anxious. They want to know, why didn't we start yet? Now, we did, of course, they just don't know it because we're so organized. But even when they ask me, Mom, we're worried, the little ones are saying, we're worried, where's the Pesach cleaning? Then it puts a panic in my heart. I feel like anxious, defensive, I don't know. Like, everyone has their ways of doing things, and even just asking these questions can just make our radar go buzzing. So we want to reframe the question, and how do we access our peaceful presence? What can we bring into our Pesach cleaning to make it the time of joy that it really is? And joy and hard work can go hand in hand. I'm not saying that we sit in the living room and play guitar all day like we just enjoyed for a few minutes, but there's so much joy here that we can have. So we're gonna start first with the do nots, okay? Do not scream. The other day, I was an MC at a party that we had at our house. for a game. We had for a girl who was a 1 year past her gay risk, 1 year past her conversion, and I was playing with the microphone. So I was just playing. It was so much fun to be so loud. I was feeling very empowered. I was like, kids, go to bed. And boom, the whole house heard, hey, kids, go to bed. And I was still playing, so I started to yell, kids, go to bed. And my husband was there. He was like a little bit embarrassed. And also it kind of shocked his system. And he was like, whoa, that's scary. And I thought to myself, I might have even said like, yeah, that's why we don't yell. Screaming is scary. Yelling is scary. Yelling is not joyful. When we yell in our house, the vibrations of that negativity just reverberate and bounce off the walls and disrupt our peacefulness. And they actually plant fear in our children's hearts and in our spouses' hearts. It's a very insecure feeling when you hear yelling. And where does yelling come from? From a feeling of out of control. I can't control this thing. I'm overwhelmed. I'm gonna snap. It's like I'm trying to hold on. It's like a stick that just breaks instead of bends, and boom, you break and you scream. And afterwards you feel lousy, really lousy. And we do it sometimes. People are human. People do snap sometimes. But going into Pesach, where the tensions are so high, it can be so high because there's a very specific deadline. We want to be especially careful to not scream. Pesach is all about the mouth. I think Reb Sinimima was just talking about this as well. Pesach, it's about the mouth, the conversation of the mouth. We want to go into the Seder with a clean mouth, with a mouth that's ready to say Sipur Yetzias Mitzrayim, ready to eat matzah, ready to sing Hallel. And as we clean for Pesach, we're also cleaning our mouths. We also need to ready our mouths like we ready our house to speak about Pesach, to speak to our children in a way that is pleasant. So that's the first thing, is do not scream. Now, if you're a screamer and this feels like very harsh to you, then what I would offer you is this is a good time to turn on some music and to have compassion on yourself for your screaming. You're not screaming because you're a bad person. You're not screaming because you're a crazy lady. You're screaming because somewhere inside of you feel out of control and you snap. So you want to offer yourself some peaceful compassion, some quiet moments, some music, something to settle you down and really take care of yourself, because the better you take care of yourself, the better you're able to take care of your family. And we usually think of that in terms of, physical self-nurturing, but emotional nurturing too. You will not scream at your children as much if you are feeling really calm on the inside and really good and centered. So that is the first thing. The second thing is let it be fun. It is really fun. What we want, like we said at the beginning, is connection. And Erev Pesach is such a time for connection because it is not a one-man job. It's a teamwork. It's a team effort. And we need to be working together. For children, there's nothing sweeter than when the whole family works together. It's a very potentially exciting time and fun time, and a time when parents and children, it's like back in the day when people worked on a farm and there was camaraderie and a sense of purpose and a goal, and now it's harvesting time. That's how we approach Pesach, like Pesach cleaning. We're all doing this together. There's such a good feeling. You're washing your car, dad's on the outside, mom's inside peeling apples, and everyone's preparing for the Yontif together. Such a good feeling. And I'm surprised, actually, how much our children look forward to that, talk about it. They can't wait to, clean a car? Well, we have a really great guy who cleans the car. We let them clean the outside really just for fun. We don't need the outside of the car clean. Even to see us in the kitchen all day, it's a great feeling. Mothers today, we're very, very busy. Even mothers who don't work don't spend as much time in the kitchen. But just to see your mother present, if a mother is working, then maybe you don't have as much time to be that whole, family thing going on all the time. But there's still a sense of mission that we're all on this together. And if you can just hold on to that sense of mission, that teamwork, then it's extremely fun and special. And my husband's family, they have this great memory that every year when they would clean the refrigerator, they would clean the upstairs fridge. They had a fridge in this big old house in this upstairs laundry room. They would get into a water fight. Now, how many moms are going to let a water fight on Erev Pesach? You have two choices. You can either feel out of control and snap, or you could just know that you're making memories and the kids are involved in Pesach cleaning. That's a memory that he and his sister can talk about again and again and again and not get bored. They're in their 40s, right? And they're still talking about their water fights by the fridge. I'll tell you something that our family does, and I continue this with my children. So I'm not a big, huge one for rewards. I like rewarding little bits, but usually when you reward, then you kind of take away from the innate motivation. So, but by Pesach, my mother would do something very different with us, and that is that she would, do you want to stop playing or you want to continue?
You want me to continue?
Yeah, I love it. I bet you guys love it too. Are you comfortable continuing?
Sure.
It's just, you know what, it's making me feel peaceful. On Pesach, my mother would, before Pesach, she would write these handwritten notes, and they were coupons for the pizza shop. We had a pizza shop down the block, small town, Cleveland, Ohio. You could still go there, Canara Kosher Pizza. The woman who works there is Gloria. She's been working there for 30 or 40 years. And each coupon would be good for one thing at the pizza shop, a pizza, a French fries, one thing. And every job that we did, there was all the jobs listed, you know, clean one couch, clean another couch, scrub the stairs, whatever it was. We had all the Pesach jobs listed on the wall, and as they got done, she would check them off, and she would keep these charts from year to year. So you saw the checks from last year and the checks from this year. And as you did a job, you got a coupon. You could use that coupon right away, which was a wonderful win-win, because then she didn't have to feed us lunch. And lunch was taken care of, let's just say that, and we had a good time, and we had a break and something to look forward to. Or some of the kids would save up their coupons and, you know, all get together and have little teenage pizza hangout. And it was just so much fun. So I do the same with my children. Our list is a little bit different because I'll tell you how I do it in a minute, but they also do get a coupon, and they go over here to down the block to the Eden Cafe at the JCC, and it's so fun, and it's something that they look forward to. And because there's so much organic preparation and so many things that they are doing, it feels really okay and nice to be able to reward them for these specific jobs. It doesn't putter them from all the other work, but it just adds some sweetness. And it's just such a great idea. It's like, just makes it fun, that's all. I was at a workshop recently, and everyone was supposed to bring something that was precious to them, and this one girl brought a little purple lizard. And she said that whenever she would visit her grandparents, her grandfather would hide 12 purple lizards around the living room, and they would have to find them. That's it. That's it, just a little adventure whenever you came to their grandfather's house. And it was great when I heard that. Sometimes we're so goal-oriented, we forget that kids just need a little extra pizzazz in their life, a little something special, little kid time adventure. So making coupons makes it really fun. It's not like I'm just paying them. It's not like a big present at the end. It's just fun, you know? And when you add that fun into your Pesach, then you enroll your children in the joy of the Yontif. What else is there? I could tell you what I do really quick, but I know that you have a system that works for you, so it's not even so relevant. I'm not here to teach housekeeping tips, but we really just try to clean the upstairs and downstairs sometime between Purim and Pesach, clean the bedrooms on the different Sundays, and then all that's left is the main floor, which is a pretty big job, and we do that in 2 days on the week of Pesach. So then we have a couple days before, maybe 4 or 5 days before Pesach, where we're Pesach-dik and we eat outside. So this year, if you come into our house, it's pretty relaxed. The upstairs and downstairs are cleaned, and then we're just going to tackle Sunday and Monday, you know, the kitchen and living room. I'm not saying this is the best way. I'm just offering it as an alternative or just an option in case you're thinking about, well, you're probably not thinking about it. You're probably knee-deep in Pesach cleaning by now. But the idea is to keep it easy, I think. There's something about hard work that's intrinsic to cleaning for Pesach, but there's also our choice about how hard we make it. Is this going to be insanity, or is this going to be methodical, wonderful, together, connected, and joyful, preparing for the Yontif? So that's another thing, is make it really, really fun. And third thing is listen to great Pesach Torah. I had a big dilemma when I got on this video because I've been listening to Pesach Torah, and I really felt like I just want to give it all back to you and tell you all this stuff that I'm learning. And I had to search my heart and think, is that what I have to offer? That actually is what I'm gaining. So I could hear Rabbi Katz and hear this one and just give that back over to you, or you could go and listen to them. Or I could just tell you, go ahead and listen to them, because it gives you a zap of energy. And sometimes we're worried, well, I won't be able to hold on to all this stuff when I get to the Seder. I can't remember this stuff. Then I come to the Seder and I'm so tired, and what do I do then? So two things I would say about that. One is it's going in anyway. It's becoming a part of you. It's filling your neshama on a level that maybe isn't cognitive. Maybe your brain will not hold all the pieces, but your neshama is being stirred and moved, and your will to be moved by this Torah will express itself in your actions and in your attitudes, even if you don't feel like your brain can hold on to it. Definitely bringing it in. And the second thing is to latch on to one idea. Allow yourself to just soak in the rest kind of by osmosis, and by listening in the car, on your phone, wherever you can, in the kitchen, in your bed. Just listen to Pesach Torah. Let it come in, let it flood in, and then catch one idea that's your idea, something that you're going to be your point of connection. Because on Pesach, the Shekhinah is revealed. It's a time of absolute oneness with Hashem. It's so high, it's so beyond words, and it is helpful to have a channel to connect all of this elevated experience. Some people like to focus in on the idea that on Pesach night you can ask for anything, especially but when we come towards the end of the Seder and we open the door for Eliyahu HaNavi. It's a time of great ratzon, and you can ask for anything, and you literally get free gifts. Unbelievable. Some people focus on their eating, because their eating matzah is it's elevating eating completely. What was once physical is now spiritual, and you can change your eating for the entire year by eating matzah properly and having that intention. There's so many different things to work on, and I trust that you will find the thing that resonates with you. I want to tell you about a Seder that I had one year, and I latched onto this one idea, about matzah and maror, and then matzah and maror together. That the matzah is the bitterness, is the redemption. The maror is the bitterness. And then we eat the matzah and the maror together. We understand that the only way to get redemption is through the bitterness. They come together. This is the pattern of the world that Hashem put into the world by Yetzias Mitzrayim, is that we go through dark times to reveal the light. That's always what it is. Vayhi b'chatzi halayla, in the dead of the night, that's when we got out of Mitzrayim. It's intrinsically connected. So this Seder, I had actually downloaded and listened to 3 of Rabbi Daniel Katz's shiurim, and I took notes like a little schoolgirl. I was so hungry for chizuk. It was such a hard year, and I was in such a hard place, and I just took those notes. I just reread them recently. I think I got almost every single word. I needed every single word of chizuk I could possibly get. And I sat at this Seder, and I think this is my interpretation, that my weight was so much that almost nobody sat near me. It was one of those big family tables that's when you have 1 million people, 30 people, and there's the tables are lined up in a ches, and so there's sometimes a couple extra seats, kids leave. My internal weight from what I was going through was so much that people didn't even gravitate towards me. It was just, I was there in my own Mitzrayim for real. My husband was also, it was basically just the two of us. I don't know what his exact Seder experience was. He got sick, that's right. Now I'm remembering what he was really sick, so he was just trying to get through the Seder. And there I was, and I was going through Kadesh Orchatz, Kadesh, where Hashem just floods us with Kedusha. He gives us a great big opening, that inspiration that you need when you don't have it by yourself. And he just says Kadesh. It's not the end of the night when we're on the highest level. It's just the beginning. And before we do anything, before we even earn anything, we're still in Mitzrayim. And whoa, Kadesh, a tremendous flooding of light. And then Orchatz, where we wash our hands of fear and confusion. We let go. We just say, I have fear, I have confusion, wash my hands of this. Because karpas, this is also, I think I remember, this is all from Rabbi Katz's stuff, karpas, that we're eating this tasteless thing. We can't even serve Hashem from that place of joy and connection. It's just like, I don't know why this is happening, and I don't know how to know Hashem in this, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to have my karpas. I'm just going to dip it in my tears and eat it, and this is going to have to be enough for now. And then yachatz, where we feel broken. And in that brokenness, we dare to get out of our comfort zone and break free of our old patterns and our old midos. And I remember doing yachatz and feeling like I'm broken. When it came to the Mar, I had no problem crying. Seriously, it was great. I was just crying and crying. I was in completely my own zone. But you know what happened? By the time I got to the end of the Seder, I was in heaven. I don't even think I was there. I don't even think I was there, because I felt Mitzrayim and I felt redemption. And another thing that Rabbi Katz mentioned in that years ago class, it was so amazing, was that by the end of the Seder, our emunah is so obvious, it's so clear, it's not complicated, that we start singing kid songs. Who knows one? Echad mi yodea. It's just we're just singing kid songs because we're just so connected. It's like, hi Hashem, who knows one? We're like making a joke of it. It's hilarious. It's connected. It's all perfect. It's all one. It's all amazing. Well, that tearful Seder was something I'll never forget. Afterwards, the next day, I had many more Torahs flooding my mind and many more insights than I do now about that Seder. It was very fresh, and I had my daughter video me, and I tried to make this video because I wanted to share something that was very, very real. And she tried 2 times, and both times the video did not come out. It just wasn't happening. I don't remember why. This happened, that happened, and I'm talking like I spoke in front of a camera for 20 minutes, and then the video did not work. And so I didn't try again. That experience was just for myself. That's what I understood. Like, better to just hold on to that experience. So I did. And the next year I'm telling you this because I'm looking back in retrospect. The year after the broken Seder was an amazing year. An amazing year of redemption. Unbelievable year. What I asked for, what I davened for, what I cried for, right there at that Seder literally unfolded before me, before my eyes, in ways that I wouldn't dream of, I couldn't dream of, because when you're feeling broken, you really can't have dreams. And that's important to know. I remember reading, I think it was also that year, Vayei Anchu, that the Yidden cried in Mitzrayim. What does it mean that they cried? What did they cry? What did they say? They cried out. So what they say? And it says that Hashem counts their tears like a tefillah. He counts our tears like a tefillah, even if you don't have the words. Your tears are a tefillah. If you're going through a hard time going into this Seder, if you're single and you're so sick of being single, if your kid's in trouble and you're so sick of your kid having a hard time, if your heart is broken for any reason, Hashem hears your cries, and on the night of redemption, when you eat that maror, you can access those cries without any embarrassment, without any holding back, because we tell the story of Yetzias Mitzrayim, and part of that story that night is telling the story of the Shibud Mitzrayim. The whole first half of the Seder, we say the story, Avadim Hayinu. We're okay with laying it all out. It's not Candyland. The Jewish people has a hard time. And we individually in our gullus have hard times. So be with that. That's part of the elevation. There's no division on Seder night between gullus and geula. It's korech, it's together. Be with your pain, be with the joy, because you're with Hashem. And the more you're with, the more you're in that state of completely being in your own Mitzrayim and your own redemption, you can expand yourself into being with the whole of the Jewish people, into all of our galus and all of our geula. One thing about a Seder table that's even different than a Shabbos table, and pay attention to this, is that there's achdus. There's a tremendous sense of unity around the Seder table. We're all doing something together, very reminiscent of the Korban Pesach, where there was a chabura and everyone needed to eat together. and it wasn't allowed to be broken up. You had to eat it with other people. The Seder, we share it with other people. It's almost like we become our own chabura around the Seder table, and we're connected so much. And as you're feeling whatever you're feeling, your joys, look around at the people at the Seder table with you and bless them that they should experience their joys. If you're touching Emunah, bless the people around you that they should touch Emunah, that they should feel healed, that your kids should recognize Hashem in his life, that everyone should have a refuah shalema. You have this amazing opportunity for oneness, this korech experience, this complete experience of oneness, like how we end the Seder is exactly with that. We end with Echad Miyodea, who knows one? Well, guess what? On the Seder night, you know one. You're going to experience that. So these are just some thoughts for you. And I want to wish you and bless you with a peaceful week ahead, a week of hard work and purpose and a lot of fun and joyfulness, because Rosh Hashanah is the beginning, is the birthday of the world, but Nisan is the birthday of ourselves, of our avoda. It's a time when we get to start all over again. Purim is the end of the year. At Purim we reached darkness and we were almost destroyed, and we rose back up again, and that's how we come into Pesach, is with a brand new fresh start. So I bless you that you should gather your strength to experience all the newness, all the spring that's waiting for you in your life, and open your arms to receive it and open your hands. And this might sound funny, but stand in the grass. Stand in the grass. The grass is just beginning to bud, and not to bud, whatever. It's growing. It's getting greener every day. And when you stand in the grass, in the middle of your Pesach cleaning, I always try to leave my kitchen and just go outside and just go stand in the grass. Just remember, leave the kitchen and remember that oneness. When you're in touch with nature, you feel the oneness so strongly and so much more. And you can talk to Hashem. He's right there and he answers you so quickly. It's so great. So I bless you that you should be able to receive all that oneness, all that newness, all that nature, all the joy, that you should be able to be there with for your family and with your family, and come to the Seder feeling really proud of yourself for all the hard work that you put in, and feeling really grateful to be part of the Jewish people, and ready to receive all the tremendous blessings that Hashem has to offer you on Seder night. And the best blessing that he's going to send you is connection with him. That's the sweetest, sweetest feeling, is the knowledge that we're connected with Hashem and he's there taking care of us every single minute of every single day. And thank you, Batya, for your beautiful music, getting me to peaceful zone. You want to say hello?
Nice. I thought that's what you're saying.
There's Batya. Yeah. Batya has beautiful music, and it's on SoundCloud. SoundCloud. There's only
Miriam.
Batya Miriam on SoundCloud. There's only 2 songs up there right now. She's got a whole repertoire, and she does group. She does house shows. She's actually doing a house show with her friend at our house this Cholamoid, and her songs will actually take you into Pesach in an amazing way. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.